Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host, Crystal Roll. Today you'll learn about County Commission actions from the February 7th board meeting. The board voted to deny a request to replat Track D of the Tuscan Hills development along Highway 27 in Davenport. The request was to change land use that had been designated for a restaurant on the property. The board approved transferring $1.5 million from the Transportation Millage Fund reserves to the Culvert Failure Contingency Project and amending the fiscal year 2016-2017 Roads and Drainage CIP. The board had adopted $1 million in this year's budget. However, weather and other unknown conditions create the need for more drainage system maintenance and improvements in the county's road network.
Today we brought before the board an amendment to our community investment program to add $1.5 million to our culvert failure contingency program. This program is set up to replace culverts that may have failed or in disrepair and need to be replaced or somehow maintained. And our current budget is approximately $1 million. And so far we've spent about $1.4 million or have that planned to be spent and anticipate an additional $1 million of expenditures before the end of the year. So therefore we had to come before the board and ask for additional funds, so we were able to address those needs related to drainage culverts and the repair and maintenance of those.
Rochelle Coleman-Seltzer, Lakes Access Advisory Committee Chairperson, updated the board on recent accomplishments and the committee's goals for the upcoming year.
Our Lakes Access Committee was founded in 2008 in order to promote public access to the many lakes that we're blessed with here in Polk County. Part of the Lakes Access mission is to study the public access and report back to the county commissioners on lakes that may need public access or opportunities that exist for acquiring access and developing that access for the citizens of Polk County.
In other news, the board recognized several individuals and one company of excellence during the regular board meeting. Moses Waring, a resident of Bartow, will be celebrating his 103rd birthday in February. Mr. Waring is one of very few centenarians living in Polk County. Board Chair Melanie Bell implemented a new initiative for 2017, where successful local small businesses will be recognized during a board meeting. Citizens Bank and Trust, which has its roots in Frostproof, was acknowledged at the February 7th meeting.
Our bank was founded in 1920 by Mr. Lat Maxey, and we've been operating under the same family ownership for nearly 100 years, serving nearly all of Polk County. We have 12 offices. We're about $500 million in total assets, and we offer full-service banking, including a trust department.
Barbara Osthoff, Assistant Supervisor of Elections, was recognized for 40 years of loyal service with the Supervisor of Elections.
It's been a really nice ride. I started out as a poll worker, worked through the ranks of every aspect of the elections office. I have qualified every candidate since 1978 in Polk County, so I'm very proud of that. It's been my honor to serve the citizens of Polk County.
William Billy Abernathy, Operations Coordinator for Emergency Management, recently received the Gary Arnold Award from the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association. The Arnold Award is given annually to an individual for dedicated, unselfish, and enthusiastic service for improving the emergency management community.
The Gary Arnold Award is given by FEPA, which is the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association, given to the person who gives back. I was very fortunate to win it this year for the Emergency Management Academy, and I was recognized by all 67 counties in the FEPA conference, the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association, up in Orlando, Florida this past week. The Gary Arnold Award is given out once a year, and it's basically for people going outside of the arena of what their normal scope of work is, but also doing the extra mile.
In public hearings, during the afternoon session, the board held several public hearings on a variety of items. The board approved a proposal from the Division of Parks of the Florida Department of Environmental Protection for a large-scale comprehensive map amendment to change the future land use designation on about 5,000 acres from agricultural residential rural to recreation open space for Colt Creek State Park. The property is located in the upper northwest portion of the county near the Polk County line with Sumter and Pasco counties. This land is not in the green swamp. An applicant initiated requests to consider a large-scale comprehensive plan amendment to change future land use on about 82 acres on the east side of County Road 547, north of the city of Davenport, was approved for transmittal. The land will change from business park center to residential low. There was no board action taken on the text amendment to the Land Development Code related to this plan amendment. The board approved for transmittal a comprehensive plan map amendment that would change the future land use designation in the countryside subdivision of River Ranch from development of regional impact to agricultural residential rural. There is approximately 73 acres in the rural development area. There was no action taken for the first reading of the 3 public hearings that are related to property adjacent to Wabash community along Old Tampa Highway in Lakeland. The hearings included a small-scale comprehensive plan map amendment, a request to change the future land use from residential low to business park center, and to add a list of conditions for the property. The board approved for transmittal a large-scale comprehensive plan amendment for future land use change on about 71 acres, known as Maddox Ranch, from residential low to leisure recreation. The applicant also requested a text amendment for the Land Development Code that added standards and conditions to the future land use. The text amendment was the first hearing, so no action was taken by the board on the text amendment. The board adopted a level 4 conditional use request by the applicant to allow for mining a former clay settling pond at Nichols Mine Surplus. This will be to remove phosphate and fill material for off-site uses. That wraps up this edition of Dateline Polk. To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. Tuesday, February 21st. I'm Crystal Rowe, and thanks for watching.